Welcome to Zaragoza.
So let's bring you up to speed to where we were the last few days. We actually landed in Barcelona 4 days ago. The first day we didn't do much because Matt lost his luggage, so we were kind of all caught up in that. And then the second day we visited the Parque Grande, which was designed by the famous Antoni Gaudi. It was so surreal to see this, it was so beautiful, but it was jam-packed with people. And then the second day was Matt's birthday. We went to visit the Sagrada Familia, and then at night we went to dinner for Matt's birthday at a vegan restaurant, and we visited the famous houses designed by Gaudi, the Casa Mila and the Casa Batlló. It was a pretty quick trip, but now we are in Zaragoza for a week, so we'll be able to settle down a bit more.
So follow us in the next few days while we visit Zaragoza.
We are currently in front of one of the most famous sites in Zaragoza, El Palacio de la Aljafería. It is a fortified Islamic palace that was built in the 11th century. It was once used by Catholic kings, but is now the headquarters of the parliament of the region of Aragon, which Zaragoza is the capital of. We're about to go inside in about 10 minutes, so we'll bring you along.
Zaragoza is an old Roman city. There's a lot of Roman ruins scattered around the city. What we're going to see today is a museum that tells that story.
Turns out the museum we just saw is just one of 4 museums that explains the whole history of the Roman city that used to be here. The museum we just saw explained all of the Roman Forum and also the sewage system. Now we're gonna go see the Port Museum, then the public baths, and finally the Roman Colosseum. The museums were really interesting. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to visit the fourth one, which was the Roman Public Bath Museum, because they were all closing at 2:30 in the afternoon today. But it's okay. We are now at the Parque Grande, which is a really huge park in Zaragoza, about 30 minutes from the old town. There is a botanical garden, fountains, it is so beautiful, and we're having a picnic here for our last evening in Zaragoza. Alright, so our week in Zaragoza has ended and we wanted to talk a little bit about our impressions of the city. So first of all, we didn't really know what to expect because it's not the most known city in Spain, even though it's the third largest city in the country. And we're really surprised that it was not really touristic, even if we were there in the middle of the summer.
What we also liked about the city is that there is a deep historic background to it.
Yeah, the city used to be named Cesar Augusta. And there are so many museums in the city that are really interesting, telling the story of Cesar Augusta, and it's also really cheap. It was €7 to visit 4 different museums. There's also a huge Roman theater that you can visit that is still in pretty good shape. Another thing we liked is that the public and tramway system was really great, so it was really easy to get to point A to point B. But it's also a really walkable city. We were staying in the middle of the Plaza de España, so it was really central point, and we were able to walk pretty much anywhere. Even in 30 minutes, you can walk to a really big park that you just saw in the video, so it was really nice to be able to walk or take the bus if it was a little bit further out. And the train station is also really close to the city center.
Zaragoza is a really welcoming city, especially for families like us. Everywhere we went, it was a bar, a restaurant, or in a park, anywhere, we felt really welcomed by the people there, and especially since we have the cutest baby in the world.
We also liked that it was really lively at night. During the afternoon in Spain, if you didn't know, pretty much everything closes because it's time for la siesta. It's really hot outside, so people just go inside, just sleep for a little bit, and they come out at night around 7 or 8. And at that time it was really nice to see the city become alive again. All the bars and little terraces were filling up, and yeah, it was really nice to walk around at around 8 or 9 at night. And as Matt said, even if we were with our baby, there were so many other children around. It's like really normal there to have your kid really late at night. Well, really late for a Western point of view, I shall say. But yeah, it was a really nice city to visit with a baby.
Overall, we would 100% recommend Zaragoza for anyone. We really feel that Zaragoza is an underrated city. Even though it's one of the biggest cities in Spain, the way it's built, it still feels like a small town. So let us know in the comments if you think there's another underrated city we should visit. Thanks again for watching this week's video, and we'll see you in the next one.